So today we will be discussing the first derivative test. Now, the first derivative test is used to find maxes or mins, and we do this by setting the first derivative equal to 0 or where the derivative does not exist. Now I'll show you a step-by-step process. Let's work with the function of y equals 3x squared minus 4x. So first derivative is going to be 6x minus 4 we can set this equal to 0. 6x equals 4, x equals 2/3. Now what we do from here is we draw a number line. And we do the points from negative infinity. We got our test values and to see where it's increasing and decreasing. So to find if it's a minimum or maximum. Because where it's increasing and then it changes to decreasing, it's going to be a maximum. And where it goes from decreasing to a maximum, to increasing, it's going to be a minimum. So negative infinity to x is less than 2/3, and 2/3 is less than x, which is less than infinity. Okay. We can plug in any value, and this value is going to go back into our derivative. So let's plug in negative 100. Negative 100 will give me a negative answer. We don't have to find the actual value. We should figure out if it's like a negative or positive. So 2/3 here. Negative. Okay. And if you plug in 100 over here, you're going to get a positive answer. So since it goes from negative to positive, we know that 2/3, these are called critical points, is going to be a maximum. Now we plug the 2/3 back into the original equation. So y equals 3 2/3 squared minus 4 times 2/3 to figure out our y value, our y coordinate. And this is just algebra from here. 4/3 minus 8/3 minus 4/3. And you have to put this in terms of like coordinates, because if you just give me 2/3, like I don't know what that means, you know? You gotta put the y coordinate as well. So this is gonna be your minimum. 2/3. Okay. Let's work with a more complex example. Okay. Let's say I had the function of f of x is equal to x squared minus 4 to 2/3. So the first derivative is going to equal 2/3 x squared minus 4 to the minus 1/3 times 2x, which can be rewritten as 4x times 3 times x squared minus 4 to the 1/3. Now in this example, the function can have a point where it's equal to 0 and where it does not exist, because anything that's put into the denominator that makes it equal to 0 will not exist. So let's just solve for the easy one first. So 4x is equal to 0, so x will equal 0. And now let's set this equal to 0, and that's going to equal plus or minus 2. And now we go back to our number line. Okay, so 0, negative 2, and plus 2. And we put test points between these intervals. So negative 8, negative 2. So we plug in negative 100 back into our equation. we're going to get a negative value. If we plug in a value between -2 and 0, like let's say -1, we'll get a positive value. And if we plug in 1 to our equation, we'll get a negative value. And if we plug in, let's say, like 100 into the equation, we will get a positive value. Negative, positive, positive to negative, negative to positive. This tells us that we're gonna have a minimum at -2 and 2, and a maximum at 0. So from here, it's just plugging in the values. You plug in -2 to your original equation, 2 to your original equation, 0 to your original equation to find your y coordinates. Thank you.